We are hoping to have a very good turnout, lots of local people in to look at the exciting ideas that have been put forward, but the weather is not in our favour. It's very, very stormy here today, so we're hoping people will turn out despite the wind and rain. The government's agenda is to actually involve more residents in decisions about how budgets are spent in local government, and we're hoping that the City Council and the local strategic partnership will take this forward, and that health budgets, local authority budgets and to some extent police budgets in the future may be allocated in a similar way.
My role at the moment for the council is to lead on all things to do with engagement and involving local people in local decisions. So this is a key example of local decision making. So we're learning from this and seeing what elements of it, what principles of it we can take forward and what can help us inform our future work in terms of local decision making.
I'm pitching for enough funding to build the foundations for a bandstand in Devonport Park, which is the first step to reinstating the bandstand that was there in the early 1900s and it was dismantled in 1950. So far, we've done all the research, we've had a public consultation and we've applied for outline planning permission. And if we get the money for this foundation today, we'll have an area that community events can take place on, and then we can also build that up and put the bandstand structure on that foundation when that funding becomes available to us. The community has already said they would like to see this in the park, and we're approaching this as a source of funding to make sort of their dream come true. And I just hope we can do it.
The idea is to open up the old training centre up at Devonport Park and beyond the lodge. For years it's been run by Plus, but now it's gone derelict, and we want to put in polytunnels and encourage composting through food composting and green waste, open up the derelict land for growing areas for the community to try and encourage them to get into gardening, and we want to try and encourage people to grow their own produce. We will be providing advice and help and guidance right through the complete scheme, and hopefully it'll be sustainable.
It's about residents bringing forward ideas and then making decisions about relative priorities. Everybody always wants lots of things done. There are finite budgets, and it's around ensuring that people understand how those budgets are used and have a say in the relative priorities that they're allocated.
I'm representing the Kerr Street Social Club in Plymouth. I'm pitching for some help with our roof because it's leaking and it's a Grade 1 listed building and we just cannot afford the repairs. And I'm also pitching for some solar panels to go onto the roof so that we can light up the surrounding area and put security lighting up to help protect that end of Devonport.
The plan that has been put forward by the residents is to fence off the area, obviously with access gates so that you can walk through and children can still play on the green without the fear of stepping in any dog's mess, hopefully, if it's fenced off. Plus the fact that the footpath going through the green is in drastic need of reinstatement.
People will see projects and ideas that they may already be aware of, or the things that have bothered them, been of concern to them over the years. They'll see them here, they have a chance to vote on them. They have a chance to hear a bit more about the process of tackling those issues and concerns, and that in the future they get to see some change happen.
I'm representing the Friends of North Corner, but more than that I'm representing anyone who uses North Corner. Fishermen, residents, visitors. I'm representing all of them to get North Corner cleaned up. It's a quayside at the bottom of Cornwall Street, Residential Street, and our street runs into the River Tamar, and at the bottom is an historic quayside, and it's mucky, dirty, filthy. We want to get it cleaned up.
Presently, Welcome Hall's got inefficient boilers, so they're costing a lot of money and they're wasting a lot of energy. So what we did is we looked at the hall, we tried to reduce the need for energy, so we're getting it completely insulated, and we'll also put in energy efficient A-rated boilers in there, 2 boilers instead of 4. It's going to use less energy, save £2,100 a year, save 12.1 tonnes of carbon dioxide every year. 36% of their emissions at Welcome Hall. It'll continue making those savings for, well, the rest of the boiler's lives, maybe 25 years. It's greener, it's cleaner, it's much better, isn't it? And we're also helping the community. We're going to do workshops for them to save energy in their homes too.
run a scheme sort of right across Devonport, and including like home security, environmental gardening, planting days, a whole range of community activities, but with a special emphasis on helping the older and disabled and more vulnerable people in the community.
Having had some involvement in helping to shape and select some of the schemes, I think people should see change in their local area as a result of the decisions they make today.
We are a youth project which is youth-led. I'm sort of beard, the only beard involved, and the project is we've got some money for equipment for a video studio, and the idea is that it's available for young people to come in and make videos themselves, but also through the skills they gain from doing their own videos and so on, they'll then be able to make videos for anybody in the community. And then we can post those videos onto a YouTube channel and, you know, put the different aspects of Devonport side by side. Everybody can access them. If somebody's got a project they want to promote or advertise, they can put it up there. If they've got an event that they want recorded, they can, you know, ask us to come along. So it's an opportunity for everybody to get involved, and as I said up on the stage, one of the wonderful bits about it is so much of youth work is about adults helping young people. This is about young people having the equipment, having the cameras, having the skills, and getting out there and helping the community. So, you know, that's for me, that's what I'm passionate about.
We are very, very fortunate to have Seymour House as a really great base for our work with local young people, and the grounds are just wonderful. We have the most amazing views of the waterfront. So we looked at the opportunity of how we could develop the grounds further to best sort of meet the needs and interests perhaps of the local community. We've been doing sort of creative activities last summer particularly, and we really noticed what a demand there was for people to do dance, drama, music and sort of outdoor performance. And because of the amazing location and the fact that the garden itself, we have this amazing sort of a steep bank that would lend itself to seating and an amphitheatre layout with a stage below. We just thought we had to go for this.
An event like this is a great idea, yes. Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I haven't seen anything around here today that you wouldn't support going forward. It's just a pity there's not enough money for everything.
We have invited local people to put forward ideas. We've paired them up with organisations that can deliver those ideas for them. And then we have got 9 ideas going forward for a public vote. There's £185,000 up for grabs. Each idea cannot cost more than £50,000. There are 9 ideas, so therefore there are more ideas than money available. People who turn up to the event today will be given voting slips. There'll then be presentations from each of those residents looking at the ideas they've put forward, which are quite diverse, and then there'll be a number of voting rounds and people will vote for their favourite idea. When the first round of voting is done, then there'll be another round and people will vote for the next idea. And in that way, and that will continue until all the budget is actually allocated.
The main purpose of the project is to provide access to anything from new gardener opportunities to the possibility of the more experienced gardeners being able to help and advise others.
The scheme will be able to work with the whole community by promoting a series of activities to make Devonport a safer, cleaner, greener place to live.
You can make this dream become a reality today.
Bring the community together and you know, have a very positive effect. Thank you very much.
I'm here today primarily as the returning officer. I was an impartial officer to oversee events.
Okay, have you got any more on here at all?
Yeah, they're on number 2.
The votes have been counted and recounted, and the winner of the first round is project number 8, Light Camera Action, Devonport Underground. Congratulations.
Absolutely staggered. We were really hoping we would get some money, but never expected it in the first round. Delighted by the support that's come down today, and yeah, it shows how passionate people are about it happening, and you know, they want it to happen and they want to be involved. So it's, yeah, fantastic.
Round 2. Votes have been counted and recounted. Most votes were received for Proposal number 1, the Energy Efficient Savings Welcome Hall. Congratulations.
I got it!
We needed the money. I can't say we expected, but Tony worked hard, I worked hard, roping everyone in, you know, and threats, you know.
The winner is project number 4, the Gardening Training Centre Advice and Allotments. I'm pleased to announce the winner is proposal number 2, Durrant Green Landscaping Improvements.
Thanks to the residents and the neighbours of Devonport is close. And I'm sure it's going to make a big difference in a little bit of lives that get out there.
Having had to go to a third count, there being 1 vote in it, the winner of the last vote is proposal number 6, Foundations for the Bandstand.
Well, it was a tight thing, it went right to the end there, but yeah, we were optimistic and it's actually come through, and now we'll get down, we'll pick our design up and we'll get on with it and see if we can't have the events area in place for next summer.
Yeah, very good range of projects. Interesting, people voted for energy saving next. I wouldn't have guessed that. I wouldn't have thought that was a more popular thing than, you know, some of the environmental improvements. That was good, very good.
Seeing as Devonport has been in the background for many, many years, you know, it's not been paid much attention over the years. Now all of a sudden people are doing a good job with it, and they're taking advantage of the monies that have been made available, and they've come up with some damn good ideas.
I mean, we were expecting a low turnout with the rain and the wind that we've had, but I think the volume of people that we've had really does show that the community wants to be involved. They want to have a say in decision making, and I think that's really something that the community of Devonport can be very proud of, and hopefully they will continue to be involved and see that there are opportunities for them to get involved in what and how the community is shaped for the future.
We look to give people intervention, so they get involved in the projects, and this is exactly what today's about. It's community involvement, community intervention to try and make Devonport a cleaner, greener and safer place to live in, and provide some answers, let people know what we're doing and how we're doing it.
I'm pleased to see that Devonport is being rebuilt and the projects help to bring the communities together.
Oh, phenomenally well organised as well, and the weather should have kept half these people away, and it hasn't done. The backup, the displays, the presentations. How do you get through 9 presentations in 3 minutes? People kept to the timing. They said what they needed to say. People liked what they had to say. People paid attention. And of course, you know, young people pressed everybody's heartstrings, didn't they? That's why they got the winning vote, because everybody wants to do something for young people. They want to think that young people are actually civilised citizens and not the horrors that they're told about in the newspapers. So that was good too. The community got behind young people doing something for themselves.
They all did a little presentation so you understood. I don't know, it gave it more gravity than just looking at the pictures going round, listening to people, and you could hear their passion in the subject. You know, it was really nice.
We thought that the whole afternoon was well organised, and the outcome was all very fair. We thought the system that they used in the voting was very, very good. And
well, yes, because if people want their project to win, they'll come along and support it, hopefully, and hopefully they did. So we were pleased with the outcome for the young people getting their money for their video, and it was fairly done.
Superb atmosphere, people very buzzy, talking to each other in their groups, you know, trading votes as well, I noticed, trying to help each other put their own proposal forward first, obviously, because that's what they come to do, but then trying to support other people with neighbouring projects. What will be nice now is to make the spark jump the gap between spending money like this that's extra money and spending money that's already there in the council on environment, on highways, on parks, on education. Some of it is already tied up in buildings and staff salaries, but there's always a little bit of leeway, even in hard times, you know, where the local people could have more of a say. They know what the problems are around here. The local people live with it all the time, so they know what will work in terms of improving the area.
The way it went today, I thought was well organised, went well. Like I say, you can't
satisfy everybody, but at the end of the day they've done a good job and a lot of people went home happy and got their project through today.
Just shows where people's hearts are really, and what they want to do.
The event, I guess, brings everyone together, and as you can see today it was a good following and people here was really happy with it.
I think it's been really, a really positive step forward in bringing in community involvement. We've obviously been trying to deliver a number of things involving the community over the years. This is a kind of a pilot project that has been asked to be delivered from government level. They're trying to spread the scheme out across the UK, and we're one of the first pilots to actually try and deliver it. We're gradually making a very positive change. I think it's you have to have several strings to your bow and make sure that they all kind of try and make an impact, and this is definitely a strong impact and something hopefully that will be piloted and delivered by other organisations in the future.
If you ever want a demonstration that community is committed to making improvements to local life, then this is it.